Going on? It is Friday, February 9th, a little bit after 1 o'clock Pacific time. That's my time here in sunny California, which is not so sunny today. Went ahead and cleaned out some super worms. I just got 1 or 2,000 on order from Rainbow, and I got some mealworms, some 1/4-inch crickets, and some 3/4-inch crickets. Just because gotta eat. So, gonna go ahead and grab some geckos, and we're gonna feed some guys today and clean some guys. See how long we can get the stream going. It should be pretty fun. It's fun for me. I got my camera going the right way so I can see your guys' messages this time. Back you off a little bit. Come on, little buddy. There's the first hatchling of the year. TG1801. It's a temp sexed male. Nice little marble eye. This is gonna be my new breeder. So you see that crazy funky pattern, how it kind of like, it looks like it just stops right there. It's like two different patterns on the back like melded together. It's pretty cool. I like this little guy. I went ahead and got mealworms because now that hatchlings are here, geckos are going to need to eat. Hatchlings eat at about 5 to 7 days after they hatch. That's when I'll go ahead and put some food in there after they've had their first shed, their first poop, all that fun stuff. Sorry if I got the sniffles. It's the cleaning out those mealworms and superworms is really hard on you. But what we go ahead and do is we give the, this isn't the container I feed in, but I give large mealworms. I'll go ahead and use this 2-piece escape-proof dish and give about 15 mealworms. You give 15 so that they get a feeding response from active ones. When mealworms are bumping into each other, they tend to move a little bit more than when they're alone. And then, of course, when the gecko finds the dish and steps in it, they're going to be moving quite a bit more. So we got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll go ahead and do 25, just with this little guy's going to be getting pretty big. Aren't you, little buddy? Alright, that should be good. And I got a little cleaner crew guy in there. I'll go ahead and put him in the superworms. And you, of course, want to... I have a little container. It's not actually calcium. It's a mix of Vionate and calcium. I put in this little container just so that it's easier to feed off. I'll pour it in the dish. Hatchlings get more powder than adults. Adults will get dusted worms. Hatchlings actually get the mixture in the food dish. Go ahead and set it there. Wow, you're so cool looking. And we'll put our little hatchling back. He's got some really long arms for being a hatchling. So I'm hoping he's going to be 90 grams like his daddy. Go ahead and check the eggs. Nothing hatched today so far. Nope. We'll go ahead and grab some geckos. Yesterday we did do the females that are actively laying. I didn't get through all of them because I had to run real quick. So today we'll do males and then whatever females are along the way. 2G, 16, 18. This is a male. This is a Turk Medicus Murphy pattern, Hetfer Murphy patternless. So hopefully we'll get the turkey patties this year. You see how much bigger he is than the hatchling. He is 68 grams. And going strong. He loves to eat. Hey, what's up, Happy Geckos? Gotta adjust my sprayer here. I fed the frogs earlier, so I set my my pressure sprayer to a straight stream, just because I like to aerate their water dish while I spray it in there. And the White's tree frogs love a heavy spray, like a really thick stream. I don't know why. I'm assuming because they get something similar in their little rainforest. They'll start croaking and doing their mating rituals. Come on, little buddy. Don't be a pain. Here's one of my special needs animals. This is Skull's only hatchling, Max Snow. And she hatched fine and then got MBD like crazy. The MBD has healed, but I still keep an eye on it and make sure that she's not going to have any secondary MBD. And especially if I do breed her, I'll need to keep an eye on that, just because they can get secondary MBD from laying eggs, and it comes back with a vengeance. It's much worse than hatchlings with MBD. It's a really critical care type of situation where a lot of them get put down at the vet. So it's always really sketchy when you're going to breed an animal that has had MBD, even if it's completely healed and their bones are solid. And I mean, it's just something that happens. but it's treatable. You can always put a big old dish of calcium and, you know, heavily powder their feeders. 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna get 5 super worms because she didn't eat one this last time. Come on, girl. She has a curled in lower jaw from her MVD, a couple of bendy legs, and her tail kind of curls a little bit. You ate, so we're gonna feed this guy again. He's getting really hungry now that he's done breeding. This is my perfect clear-eyed eclipse male breeder for 2017 and 2018. What were you? Let me just zeroed out the scale. Yeah, all right. What were you yesterday? $16.34. We didn't weigh you yesterday. When did we weigh you last? $34. Oh. $16.34. Oh, clear, yeah. Gained 3 grams, so that's good. He has perfectly clear eyes. See that? See how clear his eyes are? So amazing. Depending on what we get from the giant het eclipses, this guy will probably end up being the main breeder. At least for 2018 and 2019. Just because if whatever we hatch is going to be like late 2019, probably 2020, as far as breeding them goes. Yeah, let's see if we can get his. See how clear his eyes are? So cool. Hey, what's up, Max? Doing another live stream today. Oh, you got your Blazing Blizzard. You should join that Facebook group, Late Night Leos. Check it out and share your pictures, man. That's just the group that I threw together for radio shows and stuff. I missed your comment, whoever commented just now. Sorry, I'm knee deep in geckos. Five. You only found a page. I wonder if... Oh, cool. Thanks for liking the page. I wonder if somebody flagged our group or something. Been having a lot of problems with animal people doing stuff like that, but whatever. This guy's going into shed. Really cool, bold tangerine. You can kind of see on his tail how colorful he is. This one is one clear eye, one snake eye. It's related to the one that I just had up. They're clear-eyed eclipse crosses. So I was lucky enough to get one with totally clear eyes. There you go, girl. See if she laid any eggs. Nope, no eggs. What the heck? I'm gonna have to rebreed this female because she is not producing, and that's a sad, sad story. This is like one of my have to get geckos from it this year projects. You know what I need is like some royalty-free music, so we can just listen to that instead of random cleaning noises. And the next couple of days, well, probably next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm going to go through and do a video on what's for sale. Because we've got quite a bit, and it's hard for people to look through these streams and, you know, listen to the whole thing. Yeah, people want refunds for Lemon Frost. It's one of those complicated things. I can really see that this might be the end for Steve. 49. Yeah, well, has it been labeled as cancer or just tumors? I mean, is there a difference, or it kind of seems... Well, if you knew the background, Lemon Frost is like a genetically engineered, like it was man-made, as far as what I've heard from people. So I'm assuming that whatever they did to make it causes cancer, like the chemicals. But who knows? That's all, it's all speculation. But, I mean, it's not speculation about the tumors. Tumors are 100%. Animals are dying from being a Lemon Frost. And the huge problem is that it was crossed into so much stuff that a lot of times when you get these things like white and yellow syndrome, so white and yellow, certain bloodlines can have a syndrome that causes horrible neurological defects. Anywhere from just being like a poor eater to, I had a few, if you look in my videos, where they were smacking their head on the bottom of the tub. One actually broke its jaw so bad that it had to be put down. So the thing is I had Gary Orner on talking about white and yellow syndrome on the radio show, and he actually had a situation where outcrossed animals that were not white and yellow carried over the neurological defect from the white and yellow. So my concern is with all these lemon frosts that were bred to everything, it's a dominant trait, so the hatchlings are either going to be lemon frost or they're not. But the ones that are not, just like in white and yellow, a sibling, can it have that secondary side effect? You know, can it carry that gene over? Because a lot of times genes are linked. So that's really like my main concern with what everybody's dealing with. You just never know. You never know. And I was against lemon frost from the beginning just because of all the secret talkings that everybody had about where it came from and all of that. But I mean, it was a good payday for Steve. What were they? They were going from like 25 to $5,000. I think $5,000 is what they were in the very, very beginning. Like the pre-sale stuff that was just for other breeders. And geez, I would hate to have been one of those breeders. It's just like Angermania, the species of leopard gecko, the big giant ones. The prices were ridiculous when they first came out. You got 1,000 supers also? I don't know if I got for 25 bucks. You should go to Rainbow because they're only $12 for 1,000. But you're in Canada, so never mind, right? I always forget where everybody's from. Canada is probably going to be different. Here in California, Rainbow Mealworms is like everybody's go-to place. And it's in California, so it's a lot closer. I don't have to worry about hubs or anything like that when I'm buying. But my gecko from Rosemere Reptiles. I don't know who they are. Are they a good breeder? I've really been out of it for a while. I don't know a lot of the people that have just started in the last couple of years. And a lot of Canadians for that matter. I don't know, they seem to not be in the same groups as me. Oh, you're just such a beautiful gecko, aren't you? Here's my pride and joy. Look at the purple on his back. It's not even lavender. That is like... Oh, sorry, buddy. That is purple. Total purple. Yeah, Sunrise is like really expensive. So that's why I said... do it yourself. Totally do it yourself. Oh, look at his eyes. This is a marble eye. So cool. And he's 90 grams. And I'm hoping that that baby with the crazy pattern... Yeah, Canadians won't pay for $400 gecko. That's why Tug has a bunch of stuff for, you know... Well, Tug's kind of expensive. I think their cheapest gecko is like $125, something like that. So that hatchling that I hatched, the first hatchling of this year, is this guy's baby. So I'm hoping a lot of that lavender on it is going to be like a deep purple, which would be awesome. This guy's going to market pretty soon because this is his 8th year. Gosh, it's 2018, so this is his 4th year. This guy is possible het for Tramper. So it's not for sure, but he might be het for Tramper. I've been crossing him to other Trampers, and we haven't gotten albino yet. So he's going to be a het until he's not. But he's going to be up for sale pretty soon. And it's just because I've got that hatchling. The hatchling's going to be my new marble eye breeder. So I can cross him to everything. It's okay, girl. Come on now. This is my pure Turk Medicus female. They're pretty wild as far as the species and subspecies go. Yeah, marble eye is like Eclipse, but it's a completely different recessive gene. Marble eye and Eclipse are not compatible as of right now. They just don't mix. Brian from BNB Exotics, he's in prison now, but back when he was breeding, he crossed Eclipse to marble eye and got eye pigment. So I wasn't able to produce anything, and Brian from Zugai Geckos wasn't able to produce anything from that. It was a curious thing because marble eyes were originally sold as red-eyed sunglows back in the day. Yeah, your Blazing Blizzard is het Eclipse. Yeah, so you should be able to get Double Blancos, because a Double Blanco is a Blizzard Tramper Eclipse. So you kind of actually scored on that one. And is that a male? I can't remember if you said that was a male or not. Because if it is a male, I would breed him to every female that I've got, and then breed him back to the babies and wait and see what happens. And also, does he have... she's a female. Well, still. You could still make it work. Just takes a little bit longer. You could breed one of her sons back to her next year and see if you get any more Blazing Blizzards that are going to be possible het Eclipse. Or you might get some Double Blancos. The problem is, and it's not necessarily a... Don't be sketchy. It's not necessarily a problem, but Double Blanco and Blazing Blizzard can sometimes look exactly the same, because Blizzard can have that false Eclipse eye where they show pigment, but they're not actually Eclipse. So it would just be something that you would want to test for if you got something that you thought was a Double Blanco. You would just want to test to make sure. A lot of times people will do a pairing of Raptor Het Blizzard to Raptor Het Blizzard just to make sure that it's going to actually have the Eclipse. Because of course Raptor is a Tremper Eclipse. Come on, girl. Let's go. Here's a pure fasciolatus. It's one of my favorite subspecies. What were you? Were you 55 grams? One eclipse eye and one red eye. So like one black and one red? That'd be pretty weird. Yeah, 55. I've seen people occasionally that will have something weird like that, and it ends up just being that the red is very, very dark. But you never know. I mean, especially with the chimeras and all that stuff where it's, you know, parts of the gecko are albino and parts are normal. It's very possible to get an animal that has one black and one red eye. You know, especially with like all the chemicals and stuff. Oh, cool, yeah. Especially with the chemicals and stuff. I didn't clean out her tub. Come on. The things that we're feeding the animals. There's a lot of processed things. The gut loads for the mealworms themselves, and the supplements. So we don't really know the long-term effects of, you know, all these chemicals and additives in the foods, because reptiles are so much simpler than humans. Like in humans, it could take generations for things to show up. And with reptiles, you know, that's maybe what's popping up all these new morphs just after a few years. They might say, you know, oh, well, 10 years for every morph is a really long time, but, I mean, that's just a couple generations. That's not a super, super long time as far as animals go. Now, I would hate to be a turtle breeder and trying to breed for morphs. There's people that I follow on Instagram doing the whole albino and hypo and all these different kinds of red-eared sliders. And it's like you gotta wait something like 15 years for the turtle to get sexually mature enough to lay a good clutch. So what do? That's like a lifetime project of breeding turtles, and then an albino pops up, so then you gotta find all those ones that might be hets. You know, and then breeding the albino to something, waiting 15 years, or however long it is, a decade or whatever, to breed the hets together to hopefully get albinos. And what happens if you don't land on albino? It's so crazy. And then they've got all the other genes popping up and combinations, and I'm waiting for like a really cool sulcata morph to pop up. That would be awesome. Yeah, Double Blanco is Blizzard, Tremper, Eclipse. So, Blazing Blizzard, Eclipse. So you're, since yours is head eclipse, you're half a gene away. Did we write you down? Yeah. There you go. This is another one of my favorites. You can see on his left side here, he's got a yellow paradox There you can see a little better yellow paradox spot on Super Snow. It's time to change my gloves because we're in a new rack. I just changed my gloves every rack for sanitary reasons. I'm going to let my sweaty hands dry off a little bit because it's hard to get gloves on. And it's so hot in here. Gecko room is on fire. Wow, yeah. That's just the way it goes. Double Blancos are priced really low right now. Last year they were back up to about 300, but all you have to do is hang in there. Like, do your project, get a Double Blanco if you can, get a male. Do your project, and in a couple of years, when you have a good colony of Double Blancos going, all those breeders that were breeding them before you will have quit breeding. The idea is to stick it out. Like, hang on and don't overwhelm yourself with animals. Pace yourself. And that way you can be the one that's like, oh yeah, this guy's been selling them for years, even though the breeder that was selling longer than you quit breeding. You get to be the new breeder that's producing those things. It's like right now, I think Ember Gecko and I are the only ones selling the super giant shrimper patties. Ron doesn't even have them on his list for the last few years. I think I got mine. Let me see, when did I got mine in 2012, and I haven't seen any since on his page. So you definitely just want to stick it out. Sometimes you spend a little more for an animal, and that's just the way it goes. I used to do that. I don't know who that breeder is that you got it from, what their reputation is, but I used to spend more money to buy from breeders that had a better reputation. I'd buy from like Gecko Bow and stuff like that, but then I got screwed over really bad and quit dealing with John. So that's just the way it goes. I got a bunch of sick super giant Double Blanco stuff from him. The not specifically those, but the project, the super giant Super Snow Double Blanco project. But you should have bought it. But you didn't, so we can't go back in time, right? That's just the way things go. Sometimes we get lucky and sometimes we don't. I forgot to weigh this guy. Here's a little Mac Eclipse. Ready to start his life in another home. 2 solid eyes, of course. Haven't hatched a lot of Mac Eclipses with snake eyes for a while. Jeez, we're already at 40 minutes. It's crazy. I'm going to invite me to Late Night Leos. In March, we're going to be starting it up again. So it will be sometime in March. I got to get that figured out. Come on, buddy. This tub. It's getting full of cocoa fiber. There's 2 of you guys watching. Who all is in here? Max and who else? Maybe you're watching on your phone and you can't comment. Here's a possible marble eye. I'm really hoping that hoping that the eye pigment shows up pretty soon. Really got that had a thick pie symbol on his head, but now he's just got like a long, weird looking upside down smiley face. But yeah, if you guys are still watching this, I know, Max, that you like the Late Night Leos page, but anybody else that wants to send pictures, ask questions, can check that page out on Facebook. And that's where we also post the YouTube video links to the radio show, stuff like that. The Blog Talk links won't work, the older ones, because Blog Talk decided you could only have 15 hours of recorded time. So Late Night Leos basically got deleted off of the internet. Did you get your pigment yet? No, not yet. But YouTube's got all of my Late Night Leos episodes. I haven't uploaded the classic Late Night Leos stuff yet, but it will be up there soon. Those are the great episodes where it's got like Craig Stewart and stuff like that. Oh, there, buddy. Don't freak out. Oh, there you go. Hey, what's up, Windex? Max, yeah, Diablo Blancos might give you sunrise. It'll have Eclipse, and since Eclipse washes out a lot of colors, I don't know how orange it's going to be. But that sounds like an awesome project. Yeah, Windex, I'm at it all the time. I just decided to stream it this time. Normally I'll start streaming, like I'll do one rack, stream that whole rack, and the next time start streaming when I get to a different rack. But I just decided to do another stream completely just because I don't have enough hours on my YouTube according to those guys. I need 1,000 more hours of view time, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably end up not having a paycheck from YouTube anymore, and I'll just do these for free because I'm already doing it, so it's not that much trouble to do live stream. Doing it with the camera and editing the videos does take a lot more than what is worth for just having a few hours of views. But I don't know, we'll see. Certain things like unboxing. Oh, I just threw a bunch of superworms. The unboxing videos I will do with the camera and probably stream those at the same time. Just because I like to stream whenever I record videos. This guy is super antsy right now. Hey Windex, are you in the States or are you in Canada too? New Jersey. Awesome. Never been there. My brother lives in New Jersey, I think. I don't know, I don't really talk to him. Got one of those kind of families. That's just the way life goes. Florida. Why would you move away from Florida? My wife loves Florida. She's never been there, but she loves it. The Giants were in the last stream yesterday. Hey Thor, I haven't been in the gecko business. Well, where's David? David actually quit breeding because of mealworm allergy and the drama llama that is the gecko community. So, I don't know. We kind of made up at the end because we had some major drama with our radio shows. Yeah, like Max says, he's extinct. We had some major drama with the radio shows, but we made up and, you know, said our sorries. I know I can be pretty brutal to people. I'm sure that his collection probably got handed out at the White Plains shows and other places where he goes. Yeah, he gave away a lot, like Windex says. David was famous for just, here, have a gecko at the White Plains show. Everybody was always telling me that. So funny. I think that's how he got all of his followers on that radio show. I don't know. That's just... I should do that. You got the collection. I'm not sure you got it up in Canada. Here's my boy from the Melanistic Project. Once I get my Black Knight cross, then this guy is going to be going to another home. Hopefully I'll be able to do a breeder loan with him off to someone else working with the Melanistic Project and then outcross babies, because I'm getting a male and this is a male. But yeah, David's fine geckos. Matt is extinct now. Yeah, you're in New Jersey, so that would really work, actually. Are you over 18? Pretty soon, you're 20. I gotta ask, because there's like, do you remember Evolving Exotics radio show that was with, um, he was with David's Fine Geckos doing the Gecko Nation radio show back before, uh, wait, no. Gecko Land. Back before Gecko Nation, it was Gecko Land radio. And Branyan was like 12 years old when he started that. And then he was like 14 or 16 when he started Evolving Exotics. And now he's like in the Marines. He's got a girlfriend and all that. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. Windex, you want a gecko for your birthday? When's your birthday coming up? Because you went to the Army. Cool. I always wanted to go to the Army, but I had one of those girlfriends that was like, if you leave me, I'll leave you. I wish I would have gone, because where is that chick now? Windex, we might be able to work that out. March 21st is, it should be getting warmer. She saved my life. Well, that's probably the only thing that chick did positively for my life. Although it like evolved from that to not going to college either. That's a whole other thing. You can't wait for the warmth. I could send you some frozen geckos that are like already frozen, because that's pretty much how they're gonna be when they get to New Jersey right now. Wait, Lone Wolf, where did you say you were? Did you say California? Come on, man. Come here. Here's a really cool male. This guy has this April 22nd. Yeah, Max, I need to add some clickbait. I actually have the best one. See that big black spot on the side of his head? That's actually not a spot. That's a paradox spot. Which I guess if you're technical, it is a spot. Hey, what's up, Jesus? Thanks for tuning in. Windex, if you're doing 3D printing, get a hold of me on Thor Gecko Facebook page, and I'm totally down for that. I've got some really great ideas. I just don't have the motivation to ever... Wait, oh, what is this guy? This guy is an Eclipse. Possible... Wait, what is this guy? Yeah. Lone Wolf, the market is terrible right now. Depending on who you are. It's a fame game at the second, so if you go on Facebook as like a new upcoming breeder, you'll probably get like 1,000 likes in one day, be totally famous, and or you might not. I mean, look at how many views I get on my videos, and I've been doing this since 2005. It's like, I don't know. I think that a lot of people get tired of watching these videos because they get so many geckos themselves, and it's like, why do I want to watch somebody with a bunch of geckos when I've got, 500 in my own basement? Oh, what the heck's going on upstairs? You guys hear that? You guys hear that banging around? But I kind of felt the same. Yeah, Super Giant Double Blanco. I tried the same. I was going for the Super Snow, or the super giant super snow Del Blanco. It just didn't work out. They have the ones that I got from John at Gecko Boa ended up having a lot of like light sensitivity problems, seizures, stuff like that, and tail rot, really susceptible to MBD, crazy things like that. But now I've just got the super giant chimper patties from Ron, which is fine for me. Ron doesn't sell them anymore, so it's kind of just like a special. Let's see if I can't get bit by this thing. Yeah, I got tail rot and then some kind of parasite problem. Was it from John that you got tail rot and parasites? Yeah, that would make me stop breeding too. It was really hard because I was spending a whole lot of money. It was like every month spending $1,000 on geckos. It was one of those things. This is a blood emerine enigma from Brian at Zoo Guy Geckos. It's a male. Ron is my boy, I'm sure he will hook me. Yeah, Ron's really cool about hooking people up with stuff. I just saw on Facebook that someone went to his ranch and picked up some like super giant pastel raptor and a giant sunglow thing or something like that. Although I'd have to argue that the pastel did not look like a pastel. I don't believe in pastel, even though I have a pastel here. I think it's just like a polygenic color trait. Sunglows are one of my favorite too. The first gecko that I bought online was from Steve Sykes, and it was a Tug Sunglow, like the Urban Geckos line of tangerine. G Project, I'm not sure if it's popular anymore. It's so crossbred that I wouldn't even label anything as a G Project. Just because, I mean, it's like anything else. It's like gecko genetics or hot geckos, you know, trying to find a firewater. I don't remember who it was, but I had a good collection of them and I just put my whole collection. Yeah, it's... Geckos is rough. Oh wow, you had a son of Godzilla. That is crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Geckos isn't a really good investment hobby right now. But the good thing about that is it means that pretty soon, like, you know how the stock market goes up and down and, you know, goes way up and then crashes? We are kind of in a crash right now. So the value is down, the numbers are up. I do have a super snow, that super snow with the yellow paradox spot. You know, so in a couple of years, we're going to be needing things again, like Dabo Blancos. Yeah, totally get in when it drops. When the price drops, buy, and then try to be the one that survives when it drops again. I do have an available list that I'm trying to get together. I took a ton of pictures last weekend, and it's just been one of those weeks where I'm back to work after surgeries and recovering and stuff like that. So come on, girl, you know you want to come out here and see everybody. My snakes will come through when they get... Yeah, I do have an available list coming out soon. The website should be in the description. 46. This is a firewater female I just picked up this year. Brian from Zoo Guy Geckos moved into a smaller place where he couldn't take a bunch of his animals. So I got his firewaters and some other guys. Yeah, I used to get pumped up too, but everything's really mellowed out lately. Mellowed out so much that I don't know. There's like not a whole lot of activity, and it looks like Thad. Thad. I don't know if you remember, Kelly sold GeckoForums.net to Thad from Ohio Gecko. And now it seems like he's downsizing. He's selling a bunch of racks on his page. Yeah. You're going to have to just I don't know how we are going to get the community going again. Do you know Josh Hawley from Hawley's Homebred Reptiles? He was... Thad from... Ohio Gecko. Josh Hawley is talking about doing another radio show that covers a lot more species. So that would be actually really cool. Although I do think that keeping late night Leos as it is would also be pretty cool, because I like seeing I like the leopard geckos. I'm just not super into other species and stuff. Like, I've got fat tails and the Russian frog-eyed geckos, but I don't know. Leopard geckos is where it started with reptiles, and that's kind of where it will end for me. I don't really think I want to do more of the ball python shows and stuff like that. I mean, snakes are cool. I used to have ball pythons, but I don't know if we could get somebody on that wanted to talk about the care of them. Not so much the morphs and everything, but just like the care. At least get that episode down. Yeah. Actually, like a few years ago, do you remember when everybody was doing the open up a herp society? Start a herp society and get a president and all that stuff and fight for your rights for animals, and everybody in every single town started a herp society, and now there's like nothing. And the problem is people get what Ron calls acquisition fever, where they just get so many animals and then they just get burned out. Yeah, if you can get some people together. I don't know. I was even talking to Thad about buying GeckoForums.net, because I have some awesome ideas about that. First would be going through and saving all of the old threads and then wiping it. And loading the threads up as like script instead of being actual threads with links and all of that, because it takes up a whole lot of server space if you have all of those. I mean, there's thousands of threads. Yes, I remember when everyone started going against each other in their different groups. Yeah, the little cliques. And this guy's not eating so great. This is another one that I got that was just needed to get to a new home. This is from SC Gecko's bloodline. Yeah, I need to learn what to say. Man, Windex, you and your Pictus geckos. I would love to do a show on Pictus geckos. If you get some and just want to come on and talk about it, But we really need to get you a new name besides Windex. Windex reptiles just, I don't know, it sounds poisonous. Hey Max, what's going on? Actually, Lone Wolf, if you want to get into leopard geckos again, I would think I think Marble Eyes is going to be a really big thing. Yeah, Windex, clearly geckos. That's actually pretty funny. That's really funny. Gold snow. Super snow, super giants. I think super giants. No, Max. Normals are actually, if you want a really funny story, we'll go back to Matt from Sassaback. So Marcia from Golden Gate Geckos had like pure blizzards and pure Murphy patternless, and those were just like some random thing that she had on her website. She would sell them for like 50 to 75, and Matt got on the pure train, bought some of those from Marcia, and started selling them for $450 a piece. Yeah. Marcia's great. I used to get in arguments with her all the time. Clearly geckos, you changed your name so fast. Yeah, did somebody already answer? Lemon Frost gets tumors. Horrible situations. Steve bought them at auction. He got some that... What did he spend? He spent a lot of money. It was like thousands. Thousands upon thousands. I want to say something like 10,000 or 14. Come on, girl. What are you doing? Don't be crazy. Yeah, if you go to Afghanistan, I want to come with you and get some geckos. Actually, I think Pakistan is opening up trade. That would actually be pretty cool. Or you could go like me and do the single genes. Like this is a gem snow that is also fasciolatus from the subspecies. I'm doing starting with single gene and then going to make combo morphs. Yeah, the gecko mess needs to get cleaned up. A lot of these new people that are just like taking over everything need to be shut down. But it's hard because I don't know, I kind of feel new myself. You know, unless you've been doing it for like 20 years, it's hard to compete. John from Gecko Bow has been doing it 1 year longer than me. And because he got in Matt's good graces and got all those special imports and stuff like that, and you know, somehow those guys get 20,000 likes overnight. I didn't even know that there's 20,000 leopard gecko people at any time. But of course you can buy likes on Facebook. So that, you know, that's a thing to try. Come on, girl. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm just really bitter. Bitter. A lot of people are gone. Michelle from Rampant Reptiles is gone. Brad from SC Geckos is gone. Jeremy Hughes, Jagged Edge Reptiles. Eric from Geckotropolis is gone. Jeff Senior from JMG. Jeff Junior is still doing it, but he's got a life, so he posts on Instagram a lot. But he's too busy to do interviews, which is kind of disappointing, but you know, I guess if everybody's got a life, it just seems like there needs to be more community in the community. But, you know, it's a double-edged sword. The problem with that is once you get more people, you get things like fighting. Yeah, the Gecko era is dying. But I don't know, I'll probably be around forever. So I've just got nothing better to do. I do, but I'm not going to do it because I like geckos. This is like my thing growing up. I remember being in junior high and downloading or printing out Ron's website in high school in the school library. And they would get so mad at me for printing out like so many pages from the website. And I'd do it like every month because he'd change what geckos are for sale. Oh, it was crazy. I just wanted to learn about all the geckos and prices and everything. And of course, back then, Raptors were like, you know, $2,500. Just like crazy. Yeah, Pictus are cool, but they drop so fast. The price drops like crazy. I got ghost stuff. And, yeah, I should have wrote them all down, but I was too lazy. And I like looking at the pictures, you know? Printed out thousands of pictures. Yeah, Max, I know you're Carmen. Carmen and Max are one and the same. Why does your grandma have a YouTube? Does she upload videos? Raptor stuff. Yeah, hang on, let me grab something. You know, the thing about geckos is you gotta stay hydrated because, jeez, breathing all this dust can't be good. So here is, this is like the first, you watched all my videos about Pictus. Oh geez, did you watch the one where I was collecting eggs and I just was like crushing them? And then I tried using a spoon and I crushed the egg again. This is my first legit raptor I've ever hatched, like, you know, the reverse stripe, or patternless stripe. Snake eyes, it's a female. She didn't sell at the Vegas show, which was not very disappointing. She'll probably go out on breeder loan very soon. And then this is a Pastel Raptor. And you can see it's the colors on it. Pastel is supposed to be like Easter. Okay, yeah, hit me up on Facebook. This is a Pastel Raptor. So you see how it's got the lavender and the orange and then the yellow? That is what a pastel is supposed to look like. Not anything else. It should be like lavender, really light pastel colors. If it's not a pastel color, then it's not a pastel. And she looks like she's got solid eyes. Come on, girl. Oh, one snake eye, one solid eye. And she also didn't sell in Vegas, which was crazy. But I guess everything can't sell. We did sell quite a bit. And it was a fun trip. It's like 1,000 miles there and 1,000 miles back. Oh, I don't want to be a teacher. Thanks, though, for the compliment. I would need, if I was a teacher... Oh, marble eye, snake eye stuff. If I was a teacher, I would need the perfect class because I would just, like, nut up on them. Just, like, freak out. Marble eye and Eclipse are two different recessive genes. What is this? This is a Turk Medicus. Turk, male, 82 grams. Marble eye is a recessive. Eclipse is a recessive. Eclipse can come in 3 different variations. A solid eye, a snake eye, which is half... yeah, nut up. That's my... half pigment and half not pigment. And then a clear-eyed Eclipse, which is no black pigment at all. And you see the milky... It looks like an albino eye on a not albino animal. Oh, I gotta clean this guy. And there's, of course, other eye genes out now. I had 2, and I was fortunate enough to sell them at a... Turkmenicus isn't really the giant of giants. Angermanu would be like the giant, but Turkmenicus do get pretty big. They take a few years to get big, though. This guy took like 2 years before he started really growing. And I thought he was a slow grower, but I don't know. He just got like this growth spurt at some point. Oh, don't get into African fat tails. Get into leopard geckos. Fat tails they're like barely hanging on. And they're still going for thousands of dollars. Which is ridiculous because then you gotta sit on them for a year. Hey dude, come here. Don't bite. Be good. Yeah, fat tails are still a really expensive animal for visuals. Hets, not so much. Whiteouts are 150 to 350. I still have my Het Zulu male and my Het Ghost male from years ago. They haven't produced. They're just really cool pet geckos. Yeah, the Oreos are cool. They've got the Caramel, Zulu, Ghost, Amel, Oreo. What else is there? Whiteout. Zero. They got a Zero, which just the 2 bands on them is connected into one giant solid band. Patternless. They've got a patternless. Steve Sykes is actually line breeding the tangerine gene. He came out with a patternless tangerine. Here's my super giant female. She's pure super giant female. No hets. I've tested her for years. Still can't get any hets. What's your number? 038. 038. So this is the 38th gecko I've purchased. And that's a scary thought. Hey, what's up, Germany? We really need to get you on Late Night Leos. I remember I had Rebecca Hassler from Dragoon Gecko. Everybody loved having her on Late Night Leos. We should really get you on and talk about what projects you're working on over there. If you want. Max is first in March. And then we could get you on if you want to be on the radio. Jeez, Max, your English is bad. Wow, we're already at 80 minutes. This is a long stream. Sorry, you're French. Oh, Max, it's not your fault. Oh, pastels and bloods are awesome. I'm just messing with you, Max. French Canadian. That's pretty cool. I took French in high school. I'm not even going to attempt to say anything because it would be a horrible disaster. It probably wouldn't even be French. You took German in high school. That's cool. My brother took German. You're in an English school. Is there like a French schools and English schools, like where they speak completely French or completely English? That would be interesting. It would be like, yeah, I don't know what that means clearly, Gecko. Ich bin nicht sehr gut. What's that mean? Unfortunately? I have the best pastel trim prepare in Europe. That's awesome. You should, well, we have to find out where the Late Night Leos group went. Yeah, I'm not very good either. I would love to get you on from Germany talking about pastels. That would be amazing. It's radio, so you can go, if you've got Skype, we can do Skype, which is probably easiest. It's at 8 p.m. Pacific, which is super early in the morning for you. Here's another pure fascio. Lone Wolf, if you want some fascio, let me know. Because that's a great one to get into. It really, if you like I don't even know, like pastel lavender coloring added to your projects, this is the way to go. A lot of the fascio are really, really lavender and washed out looking. Washed out in a good way. Yeah, not today. Definitely not today. In the future, in March. In March, we'll be doing Late Night Leos again. I've got my mother-in-law visiting from Ukraine right now, so it's hard to set time up for radio shows. Just because we're trying to do stuff and hang out while she's here. You want something big? Yeah, message me and we'll figure something out. Because I have Beast, who is he's not a super big, super giant, but his babies are huge, like 125 plus grams. So if you want something big. You can text me. I'm Malt Zimmerman. The group's still on Late Night Leo? Awesome. You guys should go join that group. Help me bring it back from the dead. The Gecko Wars of 2014 really killed that group so bad. I think just me and Brian are the only ones that post there anymore. And even Rare at that. I would love to get some more people joining. Late Night Leos. And it's going to be the group and not the page. Like one of those groups that you join. I've got the page if you guys want to like that page. It's got all the YouTube videos to the recent Late Night Leos episodes and all that fun stuff. But it'd be really great to revive the community and get the radio shows going again, because I don't think that there's anything Leopard Gecko going for radio shows right now. I think they're all pretty much done. Everybody's moved on and got a life or something. I don't know. Geckos are life. Should I add you on your personal account? Yeah, you can add me on my personal account. Just send me a message and let me know who you are. Because I get some... Last... I get some crazy people on Facebook adding me on my personal account. And there's not a lot of Gecko stuff on my personal account because it's like friends and family and stuff. But Gecko friends are cool. So you can add me there. Stay alert, little buddy. Come on. Okay. I'll go grab Beast and show you him. He's I have to put fresh gloves on because he's really aggressive. I'm 30. I will be 31 in May. So I know I'm probably too old to be playing with geckos, but look at Ron. He's like 1,000 years old. Yes, Leos are aggressive. Have you ever seen a Leo bite from a large one? You're 17? Oh, jeez, man. Yeah, I don't know any of the older breeders that are still on YouTube. I don't really know if there's a lot of... There seems like there's just a few people on YouTube, and they're like those heavy hitters that get, you know, 50,000 views. I don't even know how that's possible. It's like Bella geckos. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? Matt started the same way, where you're just, you know, younger, and you just get some cool geckos and it takes off. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, there's people that just start, and overnight they're, like, famous. Facebook famous, and 20,000 likes. But that's just the way it goes. I mean, congrats to you for striking gold, because there's a lot of people that just don't make it in leopard geckos. And that's a terrible, terrible truth. I'm going to talk to you on Facebook about how to get... My editing's bad. Okay, but don't eat me. Here we go. I don't have Lemon Frost. I have a Black Knight Cross coming to me very soon. This is Beast. I got him in 2012. He is a super giant Tremper Patty albino. Oh, hi, I'm talking to Ohio Geckos right now. What are you talking to Thad about? 026 male. He's down to 85 grams after breeding. But hopefully he's gonna plump up his tail again. I do keep him pretty lean. But, you know, you can tell by his tail that he could pack on another 20, 30 grams. Easy. But I'm going for length. Yeah, this is one of the ones that's available. He's going to be 6 years old this year. So he's got like, what, 10 more years of breeding in him? The males will breed for a long time. He's a very aggressive breeder. So I do suggest keeping an eye on him when he's breeding and never leaving him with a female. Like, he's pretty aggressive. He clamped down on one of the other supergiant Tremper Patty females. Yeah, I'm looking at you. See how he's just like, look at how he moves. He's just so aggressive. Oh, yeah, talking to Thad about available geckos. He's cutting back on his collection, so he should have something cool available for you. I know he was looking for his Sunburst tangerine stuff, asking people who bought them in the past because he was wanting to buy back some stuff. So it would be really cool if you got some of that. Or anything. Do you know if here's in his, yeah, that'd probably be the best way. I know Thad's really good at hooking people up. And I'm not money hungry. I just want him to go to a good place. I'd rather trade money for I take less money so that I could get him off to a better place. But if you like this guy, he's super aggressive. He likes to follow fingers. Super aggressive, but if you like him, we could work something out. He makes beautiful babies. Super, super nice babies. The females actually have a lot of... they make babies with a lot of carrot tail. I don't know if it necessarily comes from him or from them. Giants are 3 and supers are 5. Yeah, that sounds about right. Steve can get some that are up to like $2,500 to $3,000 a piece. This guy, since he's, you know, he never really... I've never gotten him over 100 grams just because I like to keep him lean. My biggest supergiant is 125 grams and he tops out at 135. Do you think it would be a problem to house them in Freedom Breeder, or should I get another rack? I would get another rack. I'm not familiar with Freedom Breeder. I like the animal plastic racks. That's just how I like it. Geckos, etc. plumps up his geckos because he's got people going through, like, filling up their bowls 24/7. So, and he also uses mealworms, which have a lot more chitin. They're a harder bodied insect. But he always provides food all the time, where I like to let them eat everything that they've got before I add new stuff. And everybody who eats their whole bowl gets a little bit more. And I do that twice a week. But I don't give them a whole giant bowl full of food. Your friend has the biggest gecko in the world, 175 grams. You should totally add that person to the Late Night Leos group and post a picture of that gecko, because Steve is still claiming to have Godzilla as the biggest gecko in the world. And it would be really cool to get some pictures of that gecko and maybe get something put out on the internet, you know, like do an interview or something like that. Steve knows him. Does he know that his gecko's bigger? Because I haven't seen anything. Oh, it's just a long tub and completely dark. Don't ruin Steve's fun. Wow, I just must be like living under a rock because I haven't seen anything about the biggest gecko yet. Tag me in it, or post a picture, or a link or something on the Late Night Leos group, because I'd love to see that. That'd be really cool. But I don't know, what do you think, buddy? Is this the end of the stream? I think it is. I think I better go, guys. We're at 95 minutes. That's over an hour and a half. So I'll see you guys all in the next one. Wait, is it Thor Gecko with 2 R's that has 175? Because that would be really cool. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, and post that link in the group, and you should all join the group, and we'll get some pictures shared and all that stuff. So I'll see you guys later, and have a great day.